Thank you very much for being here. You may have heard a few days ago that Anthropic and Goldman Sachs is working on automating banking operations workflow. That's what we've been building for 1.5 years, and that's what we have live in major European banks. We are focusing on loan operations, and what I'm going to show you is a fully agentic corporate credit flow. Please bear in mind that this is not a POC. That's actually scaled live in major European banks, such as Erste Group. So it really works accurately. So let's show the demo. So what you are going to see... OK, perfect. So you're going to see a corporate loan process. That's a front end that the timer doesn't work. I just want to let you know. So this is what someone in loan operations sees. As you see, there are many agents who are working in order to automate the corporate lending workflow. Let's start with the info agent. So you may know that when you actually originate a corporate loan facility, it means that you have tons of documentation. General ledger, income statement, balance sheet, real estate sales contract, you can name it all. So the first question you need to solve is my application complete and consistent or not? That can take weeks. We can do it in 10 minutes. So the first thing that the AI agent does, it checks all documentations, and if you click on the required button, it will understand what's missing. So in the application, it realized that actually there was a real estate insurance included, but there was no payment, no proof of this payment. So it dynamically understands what's missing. That's the first thing that it does. If you go back to the documents that are already there, you see that it analyzed them all. So let's go for the data provision sheet and check what analysis means. So in the data provision sheet, we agreed with the bank that they need to check a set of rules. 78 has been accepted. Let's click on there. Yep. So we managed to get out important data. We always bring you the proof on the right-hand side. So here's a document with dynamic bundle boxing showing you where the data is coming from. That's critical in order to really trust the system. What's more important is if we click on the awaiting review button, it means that the agent identified a set of issues. The first issue is that it checked the customer receivable list and says it is not consistent across the pack. So it's different in an Excel we've received, which again we show, and different from a document that we received. And we always do the bundle boxing, so we identify what's actually wrong. Let's click on the X, and let's click on compose email. I will show you that in a bit later. And let's save it. So going a bit deeper, no, don't go back to review, sorry. Go back to the different, if you go down, no, that's fine. So let's go to the communications agent. What you see is that we actually drafted the email to the client. So to sum it up, this ping-pong back and forth of collecting documentation, we can do it in real time with guaranteed 95% plus accuracy. Doesn't matter how the document looks like. We can extract this from the email, check everything, email is, and send back the email. Going to the rule agent. So we already know that the application is full, complete, consistent. Now we need to run a set of rules. We only do the rules that your scoring system is not doing as of today. So we are not replacing anything that you already have in place. You have different steps in the flow. So on the customer investigation check, in the relationship manager role, a certain number of rules needs to be checked. Again, let's check the ones that have been accepted first. So for instance, a company shouldn't be in a prohibited industry. No gambling, no arms, etc. So we actually check these, tell you if it's right or wrong, again, bring you the proof to double check it in a second. But let's click on something that requires review. So for instance, the agent identified that the projected EBITDA, according to the client's business plan, is not sufficient for debt servicing. It tells you the reason, tells you the math, brings you the proof. So on the right-hand side, there's the business plan of the client with highlighting where the data is actually coming from. But to show more interesting rules, we also do adverse media check. So if you click on, if you go down, sorry, and if you check this one, our agent goes to the internet and looks for information that could have a negative impact on the credit decision. If we go a bit down as well, we can actually check organigrams within the client to understand ownership matrix and determine if there are any issues as well. Bottom line is that once it's scaled live and proven, your experts only need to click on the awaiting review button, which means that we analyze everything. Human experts only are validating where the AI agent is not confident or determines that human action is required. And let me stress that this technology is scaled live in major European banks, so it's not a POC. Going back to the top, let's click on the analysis agent. So we know the application is full and complete. We checked all the rules. We extracted the data and give to the scoring system. And let's click on the risk analysis, because now we need to draft the credit memo. So again, application complete, deterministic rules checked. Now it's about actually determining if, let's say, the business plan is in line with industry insights or not. So we draft the credit memo. What's important is that this is always going to be a co-creation by experts. So an expert wants to talk to it. So let's go to the second section, and let's say that we want to see it in bullet points. And then the agent is redoing that. But that's easy because that's just how it looks like. Let's go a bit deeper, go for the market risk. Agent said it's moderate. Let's ask why. And then it tells you the reasons. And it's super important. It needs to identify that what's a fact that we taken from the application and what's a reasoning that has been done by the agent itself. Because you cannot make a mistake on the facts. You can actually make a mistake on the reasoning, and that should be reviewed by an expert. But we disagree with the agent, so let's say make it low. And then consistently across the credit memo, we've rewritten everything. So let's save it. This is what we wanted to show you. So this is how it looks like once you keep your legacy systems but enter AI agents to support humans. Thank you very much for your kind attention.